Hello all. Welcome to the video lecture series on Unit 1 of Computer Networks and Security. The topics covered in the part 2 of Unit 1 are TCP IP protocol suite, addresses used in TCP IP model, protocol structure of TCP IP model, data link sublayers, MAC techniques, and channelization and controlled access. In this very first session, we are going to discuss the first 2 points given on the slide. So let us now begin. We already have studied ISO OSI reference model, based on which the TCP IP model is designed, which is popularly and widely used nowadays. We now need to learn the protocol stack of TCP IP model. Let me tell you that TCP IP is the name given after two popular protocols at the network and transport layer. So with reference to ISO OSI model, TCP IP model is designed as by merging first two layers, physical and data link. They have come up with host to network layer. The network layer remains as it is, same as transport layer, which is also known as host to host layer. And in TCP IP model, last three layers are combined or merged together to form the application layer. This application layer takes care of all the functionalities of session, presentation, and application layer. So this is the structure of TCP IP model. There are various addresses used at the various layers in TCP IP model. We need to learn the types of addresses used, and we also need to know at which layer those addresses are significant. In the layer functionalities, we have already discussed that data link layer takes care of the physical addressing. In TCP IP model, data link layer is merged into host to network layer. So the physical addressing is the task of host to network layer. Similarly, the functionality of network layer is logical addressing, and in this TCP IP model also, network layer deals with logical addressing. So we have MAC address or hardware address. It is also called as physical address. There was one of the question in the previous sessions that what are the alternate names to the physical and logical addresses. So here is the answer. Physical address is also known as MAC address or hardware address. Logical address is also known as IP address, which is relevant at the network layer. At the transport layer, port address is significant, which is also known as process address. And at the application layer, we have special addresses and URLs. These special addresses might contain domain addresses. So let us summarize. Physical addresses are also called as MAC addresses and hardware address, which is significant and relevant or can operate at host to network layer. IP address or logical address is operating at network layer. Port or process address is significant at host to host layer, which is again a transport layer. And at the application layer, special addresses or URLs are used. Here are a few questions. Have you come across various addresses used in networking? If yes, then in which context? How to check MAC address and IP address of your machine? Let me go back for a minute. Now we will discuss why MAC address is called as physical address. MAC address of your machine is linked with NIC, that is Network Interface Card. If your machine doesn't have NIC, your machine cannot be connected to the LAN. So NIC is responsible for the machine to be on the network. On your NIC, you will find your MAC address embossed. So your MAC address is associated with a physical component, and that is nothing but NIC. And due to this reason, MAC address is also called as hardware address or physical address. If I have a machine and if I have one NIC into it, my machine's MAC address becomes the MAC address which is embossed on the NIC. If I remove that NIC from the machine and if I insert it in some other machine, then along with the NIC, MAC address is also moved to the other machine. Now the other machine will have that MAC address. I hope the idea is clear. That is unlike the logical address. Logical address or IP address is not at all associated with any of the hardware of the machine. We do not say that the IP address belongs to a certain CPU or to a certain machine, mouse or NIC or desktop. So IP address is not at all related or associated with any of the hardware, and it is called as, that is why it is called as logical address. So here is the context of this question. Have you come across these addresses and in which context? And how to check MAC address and IP address of your machine and where? Now let us stop this session. In the next session, we will more discuss about addresses in TCP IP model. Thank you.